I was just getting the video uploaded and I thought, oh my gosh, I never like ended up talking about the new love thing. So the twin flames and stuff like that, sometimes it works out and they like make it into the egg and that gets fertilized and people live happily ever after, both people totally transformed from having met each other and it's everybody's happy ever after. And I actually know some of those couples, and some of them have been clients for years. I'm so proud of you guys and so happy for you. Um, but those that didn't or don't, were, once they're kind of burned out, it's like they're the false twin flame. They were the karmic or the one that, that was there for your training and your expansion. And, it's that type of connection that it really gives you kind of the incentive or the carrot hanging from the stick to get you both to grow, either or. It's not about actually getting to be with each other. It's about that magnetism that makes you want to be a better person. And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't in terms of like totally connecting. But I think that if you keep focusing on your personal growth and your healing, and you keep becoming that better and better version of yourself, despite what the other person does or whatever, if you keep choosing self-love and God and being present, I think that you keep evolving, upgrading, leveling up to the point that you earn a whole different kind of love. Now, I've never experienced it, so I have no idea what this would be like, but I think you come together more ready. Both of you are like warriors and you both fought your fights and you've both proven to yourself. You've both become confident in your own abilities and your own self-worth, your own value, your self-esteem is high. And you look at each other and you're like, let's join forces. Let's be a power couple. You're not going to say, let's be a power couple, but you know what I mean? Like you just know, you're just like, you're the one I want. You're the one I want on my arm. You're the one I want to face this world with, to go make a difference with, to be a leader with, to inspire with. You're that person I want to be on fire with. So I don't know what kind of label. Maybe there's not a label for this yet because this is the Great Awakening. So maybe it's a whole other caliber of love that no one's even seen yet. And I'm about to sneeze. So that's a yes. It's a yes anyway. So, and I don't think the labels are necessary or important. I just think that this person is maybe somebody you could even enlighten with, somebody that you could make it to other dimensions with, somebody that you could, live lifetimes with, live hundreds of years with, and be completely content and happy and so excited. And, somebody like that, you can actually stay fresh in the moment with them all the time and it would always feel and seem new, and you would probably be ever evolving, ever growing and ever expanding. Probably even, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's I've been given a lot of hints and clues as to the type of love that's coming from me, but it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really cool to see that. But I think it's also important that if you have recognized or realized that the person you thought was your twin flame has actually been holding you back in sorrow or in uh I don't know, like still holding on or anything like that, even though I cried in that last video, it just shows that I have a heart. And it just shows that the love, at least on my part, was real. But it doesn't mean that I'm holding on to him by any means. And I've let that whole thing go. I have absolutely zero desire. Once somebody attempts to kill you or like six a bunch of people on you to do that, yeah. How do you bounce back from that, right? Um, so I think it's important. And I'm not even talking about something as extreme as my situation, but if your person has been holding you back and you've been evolving and evolving and evolving to a certain level, at some point you got to let it go. You got to love yourself enough to that your value and your worth, and you kind of have to be fed up with the ghosting thing because, honestly, people who ghost you, people who aren't ready for whatever reason, whatever excuse you want to give it, or he wants to give it, or whatever, which is what the divine feminines go through in that dynamic, the runner or the chaser thing. You got to realize though, after a while, you can't blame them for your misery anymore. You can't say, if only I could have been with him, I'd be happy now, or whatever, don't do that to yourself. Take personal responsibility and do some Byron Katie work or do whatever you need to let it go. Let it go. If somebody isn't talking to you, you shouldn't be putting any kind of even thought their direction. You know, make an attempt or two or something like that if you connect with someone, and that's it. Because ghosting is, even if it's like, oh, they're insecure or they don't feel like they're good enough for you or whatever thing they want to, whatever you think. Because your brain will come up with all kinds of reasons why it's perfectly fine that they ghost you or whatever, or don't respond for a while or whatever. But if they do that, honestly, they have seen what they've seen in you, and they know themselves enough to know that they can't give you what you want. They're not what you want, and they're gonna disappoint you, and they know themselves better than you do. So believe them. Be like, you don't believe in yourself enough to be talking to me, so I guess I don't believe in you either. So bye, you know? And like I was gonna say too, ghosting is mean. Nobody likes for somebody not to answer them. Nobody likes to be ignored like that. Nobody, it's really selfish and mean. I mean, even if I felt insecure about being with someone, or I felt like I wasn't ready for that level of whatever it is, even if something like that, if I were the guy, if I were the divine masculine or whatever, I would at least have the respect to answer. I would say, hey, this is what I think, or this is what I feel about whatever it is, and I'm going to pull back because I don't feel like I'm ready for that kind of thing, or I don't, I think you're amazing, but blah, 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 blah. But something honest, authentic, and um, I don't know, just, something kind, to the other person. So that's my 2 cents, because I think we're getting ready for much, much better relationships now than we could have ever possibly imagined. And I hope I can be an example to everybody of that kind of relationship you can find. That would be awesome. And I do believe that that's coming for all of us who've endured, and all of us who have, worked so hard to take personal responsibility and to mature more and more and take every experience as a num 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 education, just give me more, give me more, give me more. Those of us who've really been working very hard to keep leveling up no matter what's thrown at us, I think are going to be rewarded with just like a mind-blowing kind of love. And I very, very much look forward to finding that, or it finding me, I guess. Because if I know God, he does like his little surprises. So anyway, I just thought I would just follow up and say that, because I was like, I never went back to, I said that I was going to talk about that, and then I never did. So there you go. Something to look forward to, you guys. So let go of the other person. Just let them go. If they haven't been talking to you for a while and whatnot, there's a reason. Believe them. Whatever the reason is, believe it's a good enough reason that they're doing it, and move on. And don't lower yourself or lower your standards to settling for waiting for somebody. You know what I mean? Would you want your daughter or your best friend to sit around waiting for somebody and waste years and years of twiddling fingers and, giving somebody the benefit of the doubt and everything while they're just like rudely ghosting you like that? Like, eventually you just have to give up. And sometimes if they are really truly for you, the best way, distance makes the heart grow fonder. The masculines, have a lot of time to reflect during that time, and they do. If you truly are a divine feminine, you're exactly perfect for them. You're made for them. So they will realize it eventually if, if if they want to. They don't have to be with you. But if they get to the point where they have the epiphany, the realization, they say, you know what, this is my match made in heaven, and I'm going to quit making excuses to not be happy, or to keep picking Jezebel spirits, people who are just temptation and stuff. I'm going to quit doing the easy thing, and I'm going to go after the thing that my heart wanted all along. So don't waste your time anymore. Don't waste your time anymore if you've been sitting around waiting for someone and stuff. Just move on, or just open up the space for it to be the same person or anybody or whatever. Just throw your hands up. God, it's in your hands. Give me who you want me to be with at the right time, in the right way, in the right place. When all the stars align, I welcome a new love. And just don't look back, like the story about Lot in the Bible. I think, who was the girl he was with? I don't remember the story, but something God said, do not look back. Do not look back in your rearview mirror and look at your old life or what's going on with that person that you used to love or whatever. Like, don't look back. Do not look back. I mean, she turned into like a pile of salt or something. She like turned into salt. I'm not saying you're going to turn into salt. I'm just saying it was, it's a good point. God wants us to move on to the new life and to the new love. So get ready, be ready, and do what you need to let go and be in a surrendered state. Be in the flow. If you're in the present moment, you're in the flow anyway, right? Don't push new love away. That's for sure. Focus on the future and what you guys could build together, and don't look back. Okay, bye.